Hogg's Market, Kolkata. In the 1970s, some schools in Kolkata would give a midweek break. If all the homework was done on time, Rajeshwari and her mother would board a minibus from Baliganj, get off at Park Street, crossing and walk the rest of the way to New Market. On the way were Hari Taylor's, Kalam Cold Storage with its delectable sausages and cold nuts, old record shops selling Soviet imports of Western classical music, second hand bookshops, and Eve's the beauty parlor. The road to temptation is paved with anticipation, and New Market was no exception. Nearly half a century since that flashback, the regular haunts of Rajeshwari at New Market endure, albeit with changes and fade outs. A jeweler's has taken to stocking saris. Dayaram, which used to sell only saris, now sells suits and children's clothes too. Glamour, from which came the French chiffon in Gayatri Devi's trousseau, has long given way to Mandal cosmetics. The dry fruits section was gutted in the fire of 1985. Rajeshwari calls. Tall Afghan men sat amidst tall jars of nuts and sweets, hawking their ware like something out of the pages of Arabian Nights. One retired top cop recalls. At the entrance to the clothes store stood mannequins dressed in police and army uniforms, and I ached to be allowed to buy one. Years later, when I wore my police uniform for the first time, the memory of that shop window at New Market floated up clear and strong. At the center of the market, there was a cannon, a relic of the Boer War. The cannon is gone, and with it, a fond landmark that helped shoppers navigate the labyrinthine market. I would always refer to the cannon, says a shopper who is in her 70s. But you still have Babar Ali Sardar with cake molds of all shapes and sizes, and Geetas with its abundance of fabrics. Towards the end of the 19th century, the municipal corporation decided to build what was to be the first planned municipal market of India. A commission was set up to ensure fair pricing and a daily supply of goods. And under the leadership of Commissioner and Justice for Peace, Sir Stuart Hogg, an architecture competition was announced. The civic body finally accepted the designs of Richard Roscoe Bain, and Messrs. Burn and Company was entrusted with construction of the market. The architecture of New Market is Victorian Gothic. The clock tower was designed almost as an afterthought. The outside of the market was built so that temperatures were cooler near the ground. The engineering techniques inside still keep the market functional and not for any surfeit of attention and caretaking. Thereafter, the British kept adding to Hogg's dream project. Hogg market remained the core, but given its widening girth, it came to be referred to as New Market. 150 years after its inauguration, it still remains new. The earliest maps of New Market resemble the layout of a township. That is how Hogg meant it to be. Public toilets, a fire station, a dancing fountain that no longer exists, row upon row of shops catering to every imagined need. You can even find tiger's milk in New Market, went a popular saying from the last century. The center of New Market is a rotunda, which is basically a fancy, funny name for a roofed building with a circular ground plan. There is a shop selling beverages and packaged snacks here. A couple from Birmingham, Simon and Sue, was there one afternoon sipping cold coffee. It is a market with a 60s vibe, said Simon. Birmingham too has these old markets that survive alongside modern malls, he added. Radiating from the rotunda are four corridors, each leading to different blocks. Block A's USP is now wedding wear. Till about the 1990s, we would have to bring our visiting relatives from Lucknow and Kanpur here for shopping whenever there was a wedding in the family, says a local resident. There are old world departmental stores like Jamna that sells everything from swimsuit to cardigans and vintage cosmetic stores like Royal Stores. Actress turned politician Moon Sen would shop for imported perfumes here when her daughters were but toddlers, says current proprietor. The shop was founded in 1900, but his stories are, of course, from his own Salad days. Tinku Thakur, Sharmila Thakur's younger sister, was a regular. She would come around for the vanilla face cream. Satyajit Ray once came in search of Vicky Sun blades. He mentioned our shop in one of his books. He goes on and on. There is a reference to Kalimuddin's Dalmat in Ray Jr.'s 1996 film. Kalimuddin does not exist anymore. Baba used to frequent New Market for the bookstores Kalicharan and Khanna. He shot Jan Aranya in the parking lot of New Market and also a lot of Pratidwandi in the part of the market where they once sold exotic birds, says filmmaker Sandeep Ray. V. Gulab was another landmark shop where all the trophies for clubs come from. Almost on the fringes of Hogg's Market and close to the gate near Nizam's is Imperial Bakers and Confectioners, established in the year Hogg's Market was opened to the public. Here, the piece de resistance is the crocodile bread. Current owner says, Hogg Sahib had given us this space. Those days there were other bakeries like D Gama, Wise, Nahom's. Mitra, the owner, recalls the rows of fudge and green peppermint at D Gama. People have stopped coming to this market because of parking problems. Even so, there are some elderly loyal clients who park at Bengal Club or even further away and make their way here. This is one place where fresh paneer sits cheek by jowl with khova, stacks of bandel cheese, Kalimpong cheese, and so on. There is also something called guava cheese, which is actually homemade guava marmalade. Then there are the legendary Nahoms and Chamba Lama. It is these two shops that draw the maximum number of customers to New Market, says Shah of Royal Stores. Chenching Yangchik of Chamba Lama, now 60 something, has been minding the shop since she was a child while her parents Chetan Yangjam and Chamba Ongchak went to Darjeeling to fetch curios and Tibetan jewelry. She will tell you how Aparna Sen wore our silver choker to the National Award ceremony and how Suchitra Sen was a client and Usha Uthup still is. The Chinese shoe shops are mostly gone, though Henry remains and the flower range starts there. Earlier, the flower range was lined with glass covered shelves encasing bouquets on display overlooking Lindsay Street. If you turn left from where the florists are, you will come upon the dairy section. Rajeshwari's mother and her friends, who took continental cooking classes in the 70s, would shop for sauces, condiments, and preservatives here. In his collection of short stories titled New Market Tales, actor Jayant Kriplani writes, nothing had shaken the historic New Market since its illustrious beginnings in 1874, not the world wars, not the struggles for independence. The market thrived no matter who was in power. And no matter what the change, hawkers, parking woes, the stench of parallel realities, the porters with their wicker baskets are nowhere to be seen, but the shopkeepers have appropriated their telegraphic lines, take, or the cheeky, no charge for seeing. It is hard to resist their call. Thank you very much. On the way were Hari Taylor's Kalman cold storage with its delectable sausages and cold cuts. Delectable, Delectable. Delectable means delicious, tasty. Nearly half a century since that flashback, the regular haunts of Rajeshwari at New Market endure. Endure, E-N-D-U-R-E. Endure means remain in existence. Albeit with changes and fade outs. Albeit. A-L-B-E-I-T. Albeit means although. A jeweler's has taken to stocking saris. Dayaram, which used to sell only saris, now sells suits and children's clothes too. Glamour, from which came the French chiffons in Gayatri Devi's trousseau, has long given way to Mandal Cosmetics. Trousseau, Trouseau. Trousseau means a collection of cloths, linen, etc. of a bride. One retired top cop recalls, At the entrance to the clothes store stood mannequins dressed in police and army uniforms, and I ached to be allowed to buy one. Mannequin, Mannequin. Mannequin means a dummy used to display clothes in a shop window. At the center of the market there was a cannon, a relic of the Boer War. The cannon is gone, and with it a fond landmark that helped shoppers navigate the labyrinthine market. Labyrinthine. Labyrinthine means irregular or twisting. The center of New Market is a rotunda. Rotunda. Rotunda means a round building or room. It is a market with a 60s vibe. VIBE. Vibe means the mood of a place, situation. Almost on the fringes of Hogg's Market and close to the gate near Nizam's is Imperial Bakers and Confectioners, established the year Hogg's Market was opened to the public. Here the piece de resistance is the crocodile bread. Piece de resistance means a masterpiece. This is one place where fresh paneer sits cheek by jowl with khoya, stacks of bandel cheese, Kalimpong cheese, and so on. Cheek by jowl means very close together. If you turn left from where the florists are, you will come upon the dairy section. Florist. Florist. Florist means a person who sells and arranges cut flowers. The porters with their wicker baskets are nowhere to be seen, but the shopkeepers have appropriated their telegraphic lines. Appropriate, Appropriate. Appropriate means take something for one's own use, typically without the owner's permission. Appropriate means seize. Telegraphic. Telegraphic. Telegraphic means concise. Telegraphic means expressing what needs to be said without using unnecessary words. Thank you for listening.